Look at you, stuck in the web of procrastination and lacking discipline. It's time to admit that you've been avoiding responsibilities and it's holding you back. Stop sugarcoating your failures with these flimsy excuses. You know very well that laziness and distractions have been ruling your life. You've become complacent with mediocrity, choosing comfort over growth. Well, guess what? Real change demands discomfort, and you must embrace it. Recognize your lack of discipline has cost you precious opportunities. The time wasted cannot be recovered, but you can make amends starting right now. Deep down, you know you have untapped potential. It's time to unleash it and stop hiding behind your procrastination as an excuse. Procrastination is often the result of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. It's time to confront these fears and break free. Sure, discipline might seem like a foreign concept to you right now, but it takes time to face the music and make discipline your new best friend. You've been avoiding accountability, but it's time to take responsibility for your actions. Hold yourself accountable for your progress, or the lack thereof. Feel the weight of regret for all the time wasted and opportunities missed. Let it fuel your determination to change and make the most of every moment moving forward. Change won't happen overnight, and it won't be easy. But you're not looking for easy. You are looking for growth. Embrace the process, and you'll come out stronger. Oh, look at you, drowning in a sea of indecision and inaction. Your inability to make choices or stick to a plan is pathetic. Stop trying to cover up your laziness with those pathetic excuses. Nobody buys them, not even yourself. Just think about all the potential you've wasted by wallowing in your lack of discipline. It's truly, truly sickening. You're nothing more than a slave to comfort and instant gratification. You can't even withstand the slightest bit of discomfort to achieve your goals. Your willpower is laughable. And your mind is even weaker. It's time to toughen up, Buttercup, and take control. While you're busy procrastinating, the world just keeps moving forward. Your lack of discipline is causing you to fall way behind. You've become a master of self-sabotage, always finding ways to hinder your progress. It's time to break free from this vicious cycle. Congratulations, you've built a cozy nest in the land of mediocrity. How does it feel to be just average? Or maybe below average? Way below average. You don't need coddling. You need a reality check. Stop babying yourself and face the truth. You are weak. Enough is enough. Rise from the ashes of your weaknesses and become the disciplined, proactive force you know that you can be. Or don't. And stay exactly as you are.
Chief, mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
It's time! It's time!
Welcome back to a Thursday night episode of Software Explorations. Tonight, we are going to get back into our test executions and our defect reporting where we left off last week. Before we get started, I want to say hi to Randy in the chat and just want to say welcome. Happy to have you here as always. And we will go into, like we normally do, get into our agenda, and then we have some congrats and shout outs to do before we actually get started. So first things first, welcome to all the newest subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Hopefully that you are getting great value added into your life. Been getting some comments and responding to the comments on, how to maneuver and stuff like that. So it's been great. It's been great interacting with everyone. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of work, and we are going to win because, like I always say, we are engineered to win. All right. There is no other option. Losing is not an option, like Ricky Bobby said in Talladega Nights, if you're not first, you are last. And we don't want to be last, right? We want to win. We want to be successful. All right. So now all right. So thanks to all the subscribers. Shout out to all of you.
I appreciate you.
All right. And let's get into our show schedule. Let me try something a little different today. Let's see if I could do. Bam. Oh, look at that. So our live show schedule is Sundays at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Time, software explorations. Tuesday nights, Q&A sessions. And Thursday nights, 7:15 p.m., more software explorations. This Sunday, we are going to continue with Playwright as we did last weekend. And it was actually, I have to say, it was actually pretty fun. I kind of enjoyed it. I'm still a big Selenium person, but you got to explore new technologies. Because that makes you more marketable and you can do a lot more with the more that you know. And we had an amazing Q&A session as well. We had so many people in the chat, answered a lot of questions. So if you didn't see that, go back and check it out. So check that out. And then tonight we're going to continue with learning more about QA, how to do it, how to maneuver, all that type of stuff. All right. So that is our live show schedule. And then we have our pre-recorded content, which is Mondays at noon Eastern Time. All these three pre-recorded contents, they get released on Mondays. They get released Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at noon Eastern Time. Mondays is Candid Conversations. And it was such a good one. Even I had goosebumps making that one and then watching it back. Ooh, and then I got to actually interact in the chat with Randy and some other people. So that was a great one. And then Wednesdays we have more of a technical one where we're talking about software explorations, the concepts and overviews of that. So we've been going through like different parts of the not the software development lifecycle, but the software testing lifecycle, right? Like the different phases of quality assurance. And then we have Fridays, the bug bite, which tomorrow's going to be a pretty good one. It's going to be about a rocket that exploded after 37 seconds of takeoff. All right. So Mondays, candid conversations. Wednesdays, software explorations, concept and overviews. And Fridays, the bug bite. Shout out to all of our content, because even with that I just listed, we have new content coming out every single day, from our Q&As. And sometimes I find random stuff that I like things that I find valuable that I can put together, and I release that too. So that's just so much for you to take in, to digest. Sometimes I wonder if it's too much, but hey, the more the better, and you can digest it at your pace. So shout out to all of that. Let's get rid of that. All right. Next thing that we have up, if you have not done so yet, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time that we go live. All right. So, all right, I have to read this before we get to the next step, because that is also one of my favorite movies. Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake. All right. Awesome. So let's get to our congratulations and shout outs. So the very first shout out is to yours truly, Mrs. Randy K, for the $20 Cash App on Monday during the Candid Conversations premiere. Very well appreciated. I definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I really do. So shout out to you, Randy, for being so awesome. All right. And we have, so this one, right? This is a shout out to Caleb. So let me give you a brief history about Caleb, right? In this Slack group that we're in, you might have just joined it that day or something, right? But it has a QA section in it, and he went into the QA section. He's like, "Hey, can anybody help me with help me with my resume and like interview prep?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Send me your resume." So he sends me the resume, and I give it it's pretty much a typical technical resume. Like I've been telling you guys, like on the resume video that I released, pretty boring technical resume. It says the same thing as everybody else. So then I same way that I do with everyone else's resume that I review, I went down this, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, all that good stuff, right? And so he made the changes, and then he started getting more responses for interviews, like people reaching out to him to interview, all this good stuff, right? So I think a week after I reviewed his resume, then I'm like, if you want to talk, or like he was also asking about interview prep. So I'm like, yeah, schedule the call. He took initiative, he scheduled the call, and we spoke, and just guiding him in different directions and all that stuff, right? So so he was like the first resume that I reviewed, and he was also the first call that I had, right? Since I started all of this, right? And he took care of the resume like a champ, and he had an interview on Monday. And before the interview, I was talking to him. I'm like, it's like a lot of times we get nervous, we get butterflies before we go and we interview and stuff like that. And I'm like, when you go into the interview, you have to have the mindset that this job is mine, right? And if they don't accept me, then that's their loss, right? And see, I'm already giving you guys too much information. Forget it. Don't tell anybody what I just said. And you should, like, if I had the thing from Men in Black, I would like make you guys forget the last 15 seconds. But it is what it is. You already got it. All right. So he went into his interview, and so then, right. So I told him, you have to be confident, because the way that you present yourself, people can see it. And if you lack confidence in this, but so anyways, after the interview, I'm like, let me know, like, how did it go? And he's like, oh, I'm not too sure. I think I messed up on some things. I don't think I'm gonna get it. And I'm like, well, what were the questions that they asked you? And he tells me the questions. I'm like, that's not that big of a deal. Those questions aren't that serious. And I was telling him, like, sometimes they ask you these type of questions because they're just trying to see how much you know, like what exactly what they're getting. And then he asked me, he's like, oh yeah, and I also didn't know this question. I'm like, that what you answered was probably like the best answer that you could do because of that particular question. I'm not gonna tell you the question because you have to reach out to me if you want that level game. But today he proudly announced that he was offered a position. I produce results. And I have like these crazy strategies of how I take the mess that you believe that you have, because I don't see it as a mess, right? I see everything as an opportunity. So I take that what you think is like not gonna work, that it's like just not good, and you just want to just throw it all away, throw it all in the trash, right? And I use that to take you down a route that you couldn't see, right? Because look, I have 15 years of experience in QA, 20 years in IT, right? Started from the bottom at tech support, $12 an hour. I was making $12 an hour when I started like really working, right? And then I just rose and rose and rose. I rose, fell down, got back up, and then soared to the top, right? So I see things that a lot of you cannot see. But a lot of times, by the time you come to me is after you've just done thrown everything away, and I'm like, I don't have much to work with. So come early, right? Let's talk, let's figure it out, let's make a way forward. All right. Let me take what you think is trash and let me show you the treasure in it so you can take that and you can take yourself to heights that you never thought of. All right. So shout out to Caleb once again for landing that job, and it is local to his city. He does not have to move and all that type of stuff.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Yep. I've been always addicted to winning. So let's go. Let's go.
Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Next up, I want to say shout out to Stephanie, because she's been working day and night, going out of her comfort zone and like to find her next position. And I have her like maneuvering in different ways to like try to, be creative to get that position and everything like that. And I'm like, I'm dedicated to helping you get that next position. And then we're going to go and we're going to soar from there. We're just going to climb and climb and climb. There is no bottom. There's no ceiling. There's no bottom. We're just going up. We're just going up. So shout out to you, Stephanie, for being awesome and for putting in the work all the time. So proud of you. Keep it up. All right. Keep it up.
Let's get it. We the best.
All right. So shout out to Stephanie one more time. And where's my phone? Do I not have my phone? Oh yeah, there's to do. So I want to read a text message that I received this morning, right? Because you guys, I don't think you guys believe me sometimes, right? Because I'll tell you, like, hey, you got to move this way, right? And then you want to give me your reasons why you don't think it's a good idea, but you're not getting results in the first place. So why not give what a veteran says a try, what an elder in the field that you want to be in a try, right? So got this text today, right? From a 26-year-old young lady, right? Says, hey Ralph, I just wanted to give you a life update. I used the advice you gave me about the older lady at my job giving me all of her work. It gave me an opportunity to work on a big project at my job. So I asked for a raise, and my boss is actually working on giving a 5%. It's not final, but it worked. What's up? Right? I have like when I tell you, right, the people on my team, they're going to take everything. They are coming to seek, kill, and destroy. We leave no prisoners behind. Everything belongs to us. So it's your choice. All right. So shout out to that young lady who texted me to let me know that she is moving forward. She is making progress. All right. So before we get started, let's check the chat. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. I love having you here. Hopefully your web development class is going A-okay. So keep it up. You are doing wonderful at your age. The sky is the limit for you. You are going to take everything. Like I said, leave no prisoners behind. Take everything. All right. All right. And then Ray says, hey, Tech Coach, what are your thoughts on SharePoint jobs? I'll put it like this. Because it is a Microsoft entity, it's always going to be needed. I don't know how many of those positions are actually available, just because the people who tend to do those jobs, they're like you can have one person, not maybe a couple at a company doing it, but mostly it's like one person who's handling it for most of the company. Because at my last company, which was in healthcare, we had like a SharePoint admin who did most of that, like most of the config and the setups and all that type of stuff. But I can't say that it's going to be. At the same time, I don't know how many people are actually applying for it, and they're very good in SharePoint. But it's definitely not a bad job. It's very a lot of like configuration and stuff like that. And because it's Microsoft, I think it's always going to be around. Like I don't think I've ever seen a Microsoft product go out of existence for the most part, especially where it's like a corporate type of thing and it needs configuring. So it's not bad. But I'll definitely say like I say for every type of field or position or something like that, I'm like, you got to do your research on it, right? I personally haven't done that much research on SharePoint jobs, which, you know what, maybe during our breaks, I can do a job search for SharePoint and we can look at that together. Because we have some time, we have some code reviews to do tonight and everything like that. But I think that'll be a cool exercise to see what type of SharePoint jobs there are, how much did they pay, all that. So we'll definitely do that. But definitely do your research. I see a lot of people, they'll say like, oh, I want to transition into cybersecurity. I'm like, okay, well, how much research have you done on it? Somebody told me about it, or I saw a boot camp, or the boot camp said if I go to cybersecurity, I can make like $150,000 a year. And I'm like, well, did they tell you how long it'll take you to get there? Did they tell you what's the likelihood of getting an entry level position in there? How much does that entry level position make? Did you look for jobs to see like, okay, where are they? What's the availability? All of that stuff, so that like those things are super important, right? Because and it happens in every single industry that I see people want to go in, from software engineering, like, just take a boot camp, from QA, just take a boot camp, all this type of stuff. But then once they're done with that, and they it's like such a hard time for them to actually get to the job, right? And they get frustrated because they feel that they got lied to. But you know what? I don't think that it was as much as getting lied to as that we wanted to believe something that we know sounds fishy. Because there's no possible way that they tell you, oh, you take this course in like 6 months and you're guaranteed to be getting a $100,000 job when you've actually never actually done the job, right? So, anyways, that I'm going out on a tangent. But what I just said about like the research and stuff like that, that is the type of stuff that that's what I use in like for coaching, right? That is the mindset behind it. That's what we're looking into. Like that's all of that, right? So it's a mindset shift. All right. That's like changing our mindset to be more proactive, to be smarter in our thinkings, to think more critically. Like along with the technical stuff that I do and that I help, I think that's the most important part, to build resistance, to build resilience, to put yourself in those tough situations so you can like, so nothing phases you, right? Like whatever happens, you're like, Roger that. You're like, good. All right, let's go. All right. So anyways, more to come on that at another time. Next week, I'll talk about that a little bit more. But for now, we are ready to get started. So let me close some of this stuff over here. Let me see, what do I need tonight? So first thing I need is energy.
Please offer me your energy. I ask of you, please.
All right. That's what we needed. All right. So the way that this is going to work, we are going to start our implementation for 20 minutes. So let's put our clock up on the screen. We have our clock. All right. And then we're going to go 20 minutes. And then once the 20 minutes ends, we're going to here to take a break. And then once we're going to take a 5-minute break. And the first thing we're going to do on that 5-minute break, we are going to look up SharePoint jobs because Ray asked us to. And if that is what you want, Ray, that is what you are going to get. I am for the people. All right. So first 20 minutes is up. We're going to go on LinkedIn and maybe Glassdoor to look up some SharePoint jobs. And that way we can do the research together. And then I can have a better understanding on it. And you can have some understanding too, get some insight and see if that's something that you're interested in, if it's worth it, you know. You can share in the chat too, and I'll check it on the break. What is your where are you currently at? Like, do you know SharePoint already? Are you thinking about taking some type of courses on SharePoint? Like just because I'm curious as to why you asked the question. So let me know, and we can talk about it some more. All right, perfect. So let me get what I need up on the screen. All right, so we are going to start Kiwi. We need, what is the first thing that we need so we can start Kiwi? We need Docker. So let's get Docker open. All right, Docker is open. So yeah, tonight we're going to, like I said, we're gonna during the break we're gonna search the SharePoint jobs as Ray mentioned, and then we also have some code reviews that I'm gonna go through, do some code reviews, and we can take a look at the code together, see how it is, give some feedback, and then we can wrap it up once we are done. All right, and of course, you don't even have to ask. I will be reading the chat, answering your questions because I am here for you. I love interacting with you. All right. So, all right, we have Docker open and let's start sharing the screen. So, and guess what? You might not know this, but I have both screens working. So check this out. Check out this cool thing, right? So if I go, maybe the camera might not show up there, but let's go. I go here. Let me get the camera working here. Camera. All right, there we go. So we have screen A over here. This is the screen on my left side. And then we also have screen B. Why is that one off? Let's move that over here. And then we're going to move that like that. Be right here. And move that a little bit higher. Oh, so much for that. Let me see. All right, cool. So we have screen A, screen B. This is the monitor on my right-hand side. Good old Apple MacBook M1s. They did not allow you to have two monitors without some special configuration. which I invested in the special configuration just so I can have a more efficient flow with you. So here we are, because I do it for you. All right, so I have Docker open. Let's go to screen A. And we are going to get started I got terminal open. And let's see, where are we here? So I need to start up, what do you call that thing? I need to start up Kiwi. So we're going to go into Kiwi. And now we're going to do Docker compose up. And it's going to be doing its thing to start up, should have detached, but whatever. So it's going to be doing its thing to start up Kiwi. Then we're going to log in. And we are going to look at our test cases. And so last week we executed the test case. We ran into some crazy thing with reporting the bug, but it's okay because like Kiwi is just a tool that we're using to build our QA portfolio. And so I don't really care that, like, I don't really care to try to troubleshoot and fix its like that bug thing. As long as we can report a bug and we do it in like the proper format that it should be, that's what's most important. All right, so let's say this is up. So what I just did here, so with Docker, I'm able to run an application locally on my machine, like through Docker. It's like in its own little space. Think about it as an efficiency with a bath and an efficiency with a bath and a kitchen and everything like that, right? So you see how I make these random analogies to try to explain the software, right? This just popped into my head right now. All right. So Docker is like an efficiency that has its this little, what they call them, a dinette or a kitchenette or whatever, and a little bathroom, with a little shower and all that good stuff. And so it's able to have things live in there, like, and work on its own without having any effect on your local computer. Like the only effect it has on your local computer is that the space that it takes up. Like, it takes up some memory, it takes up some hard drive space, whatever. But that's the same way as an efficiency, because if you have an efficiency at your house and somebody's living in it, they take up some electricity, they take up some water, they take up some space, right? So think about it as the same exact way, okay? So now we have this up. We are going to open up Kiwi in our browser. Let me see. Okay, so this is not the one that I want. Let's close that out. Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna go like that. New window. We're gonna throw this over here. So, and I might end up switching the monitors in the first place. I didn't even put my timer. Oh my goodness. We're gonna just go for 10 seconds or 10. We'll go 10 minutes and then we'll take a break. All right. And I see your message, Ray, but I will read it during the break. All right, so let's do one. All right, there goes Kiwi. So, and this 127.0.0.0.1, that is what our local host, which is our computer address. So we can access different applications that are running on our computer through our local host. So, and I can also do it like through localhost, I believe. And I can do it through it. Can I do it through 0.0.0? Let me see. Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to proceed. Yep. So on your computer, it works with 0.0.0.0. It works with localhost, and it works with 127.0.0.1. All right. And we are going to log in. That wasn't cool. So, face off. Kickback from the juice. All right. So, what is our username again? So, I believe it's this. Don't you hate when like you press two keys at the same time and you're not sure if it's like one of them actually went through because you can't see the password? Like I'm typing it wrong. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, we're in. So last time we actually created a bug. We created a bug last time, but I wasn't too crazy about how it was done because we are trying to do it while we're executing the test, but then there's just some crazy stuff that's happening. So let's just focus on. So last time we focused on doing the test execution. We're gonna focus on actually creating the bug this time, right? So let's go to testing over here. And just to make sure, oh, I'm blocking Randy. Not good. We cannot block Randy. Let me move myself over here to the middle. Just want to make sure, Randy, are you still taking notes? Give me a thumbs up if you're still taking notes. All right. So what we're going to do, let me move myself back. And here. I'll move myself here. And then I'll move any comments over. Let's go like that. All right, cool. So we are good to go. So we're going to create a new bug, all right? So we did the test plan in our first show. We did the test case, and then we did the test run last show. Now we're going to do a new bug. All right. So they give us a template already made, which is pretty good. It's very similar to the actually this is pretty good actually. So here we are. Description of problem. So the way that I normally have mine, which is very similar to this, right? I'm just going to show you how I normally have mine. I'll have it like this. Summary. And then, so I'll put like summary goes here. Hey, good guy. I see you in the chat. All right. So then I'll put summary and then, so what we're going to do, we're going to report we're going to make up a bug on ASOS and here's the thing, right? Whenever I'm telling you guys to do a QA portfolio and, especially when you're learning, I want you to try to be a little bit more creative, right? Because I'll say, all right, create some test cases, automate some of them, and then report some bugs, like just make up some bugs. But then you guys are like actually looking for real bugs on a like live website, which it's not that easy to find because they do have pretty good testing on their part, especially like these e-commerce sites where they generate millions of dollars a day, right? But what I would like you to think about, like, well, just because I can't find a bug, that doesn't mean I can't make up a bug so I can practice reporting it. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to make up a bug, right? So what I'm going to do, so let me put out the template, right? So I have the summary, I have the expected results, I have my actual results, and I have my steps. Steps are the steps to reproduce. And then I'll have like environments that it's happening in. Anything else that I would put on there? Do I ever put anything else in there? Yeah, sometimes I put like maybe a screenshot. Anything else do I normally put? I'm not looking at the template. I'm doing it from the top of my head. Do I put any templates in here? Anything else? I think if I think about it later, then we'll do it there, right? But as you can see, this is very similar to the template that Kiwi provided us, right? So let's pull up ASOS, right? If you don't know, ASOS is a major retail site out of the UK. All right, so we're gonna go here and we are going to close. Let's do a split screen. Let's go here. And let's go here. So now we can have it side by side. One of the benefits of having a large monitor, right? You can test side by side, and we don't have to jump screen to screen. So let's go to, so when we did our test run, I'm just gonna recall the test run from memory, but we went to, there's women's, let's go to men's this time. And let's say let's do clothing. And let's do they have hoodies on ASOS? I don't know. I like hoodies, as you can tell. Go to hoodies. And let's just throw on this hoodie right here. So the bug that we were reporting last time is, let's say we click the add to bag button and nothing happens, right? So let's say, so summary, right? Or you know what, they actually have the summary up here, so I don't have to put it in here, to be honest. But like when we're putting it in Jira or something like that, when I put it in Jira, then like I'll have the title of the story and then I'll also put the summary in there. So you know, it doesn't hurt to leave it in there because it's a template, right? So let's say after clicking add to bag button on product details page, nothing happens. Oh, I'm also going to add debugging steps, right? All right, and then I can probably break this add to bag so you can have an idea of how it would look like if it wasn't working properly, right? Yeah, I think we could do that, right? So yeah, like after clicking add to bag button on the product detail page, nothing happens, right? I'm just gonna copy this. Or no, when I navigate to a product detail page, after clicking the add to bag button, nothing happens on the page. All right. So my expected results are, when I click add to bag, item should be added to the cart.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Well, let's just finish this, right? So item should be added to the cart. Cart icon in the top right should be updated with the accurate bag count or cart count, whatever, right? And then actual results is nothing happens, button clicks, but item is not added to the cart, and cart icon is not updated with the current amount of items in the cart. All right, so we're gonna stop right here for now, and then when we come back, we will pick up on the steps, environments, screenshots, debugging steps, fitting out all this information here, okay? So let's transition. Okay, cool. All right, let me address the shorter comments, and then I'll go to raised comments, all right? So Heading to the gym, but listening. All right, get your workout on. Thank you for still listening. I appreciate it. And we have Good Guy who QA'd his typo and said, hello, everyone. What's up, Good Guy? So happy to have you back in the chat. I have missed you a lot. All right. And Randy says, good evening, sir, to you, Good Guy. Happy to introduce you to Randy is awesome. Good Guy is also awesome. All right. So now let's get into good stuff, which that was good too, but this is like the good stuff. All right. So Ray says, thank you, Tech Coach. I've been working in IT for 7 years, started as tier 1 help desk, then transitioned to resource manager, then SharePoint admin / developer. I also do business analyst work on. The reason I ask is because I feel stuck salary-wise working SharePoint and having been considering pivoting to something else with higher income potential, just don't know what. Okay, cool. So you actually work in that, and I agree with you actually. It does feel like it gets to a certain level, and there's only so much that you can do with it. But shout out to your history because you've done a lot and you have a lot of experience. So in your case, right? In your case, Ray, you have great opportunity to you have options to pivot to different let me put this 5 minutes up. You see, they always try to sneak in more time. You have options to maneuver in different ways that a lot of people who are just trying to transition. Like some people, they'll be, they go to college and they're like an English major and then they don't really have anything that they can do with it. So then it's like, well, let me do QA. Or let me do a boot camp and do software engineering or something like that, right? But no, you are in a perfect position because you've been in IT for 7 years, which is a long time. And you started like I said, I started in technical support, right? $12 an hour. You started in tier 1 help desk and you worked your way up. So that's awesome. And you also do business analyst. We can talk about this more. And you're feel free to send me an email so we can talk. Ralph at techcoachingwithralph.com. But I'm curious, tell me about, I would like to hear more about the business analyst side, because if you do work as a business analyst, that gives you the opportunity to get more embedded within these software side type roles. A lot of business analysts, I've seen business analysts turn into QA, and I've seen QA turn into business analysts. But also, I could see using that business analyst skill to be like a product manager or a project manager, maybe Scrum Master, something to that extent. Or you can go full tech and become some type of developer, possibly QA. I don't know if I'd really recommend you going into that at this time, but I don't know. Disregard that. You can become software. It depends on how technical you want to be. It just depends, there's a lot of options. It's really the ball is in your court and what direction that you would want to take. All right. So think about that, and we could definitely have a conversation about it some more. That was good, right? That was good, right? Good guy. All right. So we have 2 minutes. So let's pull up. All right, let me pull up LinkedIn real quick. And I'm gonna do something even more crazier than before. We're gonna do Glassdoor. So that means I don't have to pull up SharePoint anymore. I can pull up. So on one screen, I'll pull up Product Manager, and on another screen, I'll pull up Project Manager. So Product Manager and Project Manager, and we can look at the money that they make over there, right? So pulling it up, and we're here. So first thing, we're gonna do this, right? We're going to do. So let me switch screens. All right. So we have LinkedIn over here. We have Glassdoor over here, right? So let's look up the salaries first, right? So let's look up Project Manager, and I don't really want Pompano Beach. Just want see what I can find. So we're looking at for project management in South Florida. I don't really want to use South Florida because we don't have the best tech pay down here. But I mean, but it's still not bad, right? So you have like the bottom would be like 55K, and you know it's kind of maxes out. It could be more, but like in South Florida, I don't think you're gonna find more than 152K, right? But it averages around 91K. If you want to share like what state you're in, I can put in the state to make it more accurate. But you know, I'm just gonna choose like a major location to do this as well. Let's say we do actually, let's do Texas. All right, let's do all right, cool, perfect. So let's say, I wonder if I'm gonna take the MV in here. All right, but let's say Washington DC. Let's use Washington DC. And then like with that, it'll do that whole area and say, I didn't put the job title. Hold on, let's go back. So we'll do project manager, and then we'll do Washington DC. What we'll do
Get a
on the
move
next
on.
break.
Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
On the next break, what we'll do is we'll do a code review, and then we will do code review, and then on the following break we'll continue looking up these jobs. So all right, so so like I said, right, Miami, it's kind of like the South Florida area is kind of low for tech pay, but you can see it's a little higher in the DC area. So and this would be like DC and the surrounding area, so like the whole DMV area. You're looking at like at the very bottom 65K, but you know the average median would be between 81K to 135. Right in the middle is like 104, right? Depending on experience and stuff like that. So let's say we did 0 to 1 years of experience. So 0 to 1 years of experience, you're averaging like 76K. I don't know how much it costs to live in that area. I'm sure like depending on whether you're in Virginia or Maryland or DC, like that cost can vary. But what matters is where you work, and where you work is where it's going to pay you, right? So if you are able to, so anyways, so like for 0 to 1 year, we have 76K as the average, the median. 1 to 3 years, you move up, you jump 10K. 4 to 6 years, you're at 98. 7 to 9 years, you're at 107, and that's like the median. It can go like, it's possible at this 161, depending on the company you work for and stuff like that. But the most likely range, you're going to be like 87K to 133K, and the way you maneuver, the way you hustle, that will determine that. All right. So yeah, so that would be for project manager. And then when we come back, we can do it for when we come back to break, or not the next break, but the break after that, we can do it for the product manager, and you can see how much they make, and you can look up like what they actually do if you're not aware. But you just have like, it just opens your mind to like there's so many different possibilities, right? Because like there's like Scrum Master, there's project manager, there's product manager or product owner, there's like those are like the stakeholder facing, business facing sides, but then there's also like the DevOps people, there's the what do you call it? There's the software engineers, there's the cybersecurity people, or they're not called cybersecurity, like their title is not cybersecurity. They are I don't know, they're security something, but it's not like cybersecurity. They're security something, right? And then like some companies, they have data scientists, data engineers, machine learning type people. Like so many options that it just depends on what you're interested into. And like if we look up those actual technical ones, or like the data scientists and the machine learning people, you're gonna see that gonna see it skyrocket. So we'll do that too. I'll throw that in there. All right. But for the meantime, we are going to get back to
Get a move on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
It's time to do.
All right. So we are in Kiwi. So we got our summary. Let's give it a little bit of nicer formatting. Expected results, actual results. So steps now. We're going to say go to www.asos.com. Click on men's category. Whatever. Men's category. Click on hoodies and sweatshirts. And then we are going to do hoodies and sweatshirts. And then we're going to click on the first product, right? Like when I was doing it, I didn't click on the first product, but let's say we did, right? And now we have that. So then you say if there is a, what do they call those things? Option attributes, I guess. For the product, choose one. And then we are going to say click add to bag button. All right. So so now we've just given the steps to reproduce the issue. And I'm going to point out some important parts of this, right? Oh, that doesn't look right, but whatever. Oh, that's stupid. Good old open source stuff, right? Some open source stuff are awesome, and some of them, they're just like, but it is what it is. We shall keep going. All right. So environment. So we're going to say, let's say we were testing this. I will put production. Why not? We have a major bug because it's happening in production and customers are not able to shop. This is terrible, right? Terrible. So when they click, so I said I was going to try to break it. So let me try to break it, right? So if I go here and we turn this off. Okay, so let's move this to the bottom. Let's try to break it, right? So we're going to go to here. I'm sure Good Guy has done this quite a few times, you know, trying to break stuff to see what happens if this happens or all that good stuff. So we are here. Let me see. Can I break it? Can I break it? What I'm going to do is, what is it depending on? Let's see. What if I do this? What happens? Oh, it still shows. If I click on it. Oh, it still works. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can break this. Test. So data test ID. So ASOS is running automation tests on their side too, because that's what they're using the data test ID for. I don't see a good way to break it. Let me see if I go like that. Ooh. Did it add it? Yeah, it's added. Oh, rats. But what I can do is check the console. Let's see. So and like this, what I'm doing right here is super important. Like learning how to debug and troubleshoot and all that type of stuff. Super important if you are if you're looking to get in QA, right? Because if you can troubleshoot well, you will add so much value to your developers because you are taking a huge burden off on them because you did like 50% of the work for them. Now they're just like, okay, this is what I see. I know where to look and we can move on from there. And we did not start the timer, of course. So we are going to put 15 minutes. All right. All right. So I wanted to break this, but let's see. If I click add to bag, nothing. Oh, wait. So, ooh, okay, let's try to break it here. Let's try to break it here. So we're gonna do here, and we're going to do value, right? And so what I'm doing is I'm changing stuff in the code that might be required to be a particular way. And I want to see if I can break it, right? Let me choose this. Let me click add to bag. Okay, cool. So when I choose this, right? And I click add to bag, nothing is happening. So I found a way to break it, right? So let's say this is what's happening, right? So now let's add to our here the size selection is bordered in red, as in a size is not being selected. All right. So now we have like something to show, and it's so let's say this happened in production. Let me try to take a screenshot of this. No, this thing is showing up. So let's see if I can do this. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Let's try it again. Let's see if that works. Save the clipboard. I don't think that's gonna work. Darn it. All right, so let me do it again. So we're gonna save this to like desktop or something. And we are going to say add an image and desktop. Should be this one. Open. And it puts a screenshot and say that we looked at the console and the HTML to see it seems like the options dropdown has extra characters that is not allowing the proper product. So let's say it was like the engineer who worked on this was super tired, and they fell asleep with pressing the letter the 8 key on the keyboard, and now it messed up some stuff because they didn't have the adequate amount of rest. All right, so that is not allowing the proper product from being selected. All right, so what do we have here, right? And then severity, I say this is critical, right? To me, that's critical because if it's a major e-commerce site and you can't shop, then something's wrong, and you need to raise the flag right away, right? So what we just did, right? We created a bug. Is it actually happening on the website? No. But what does it show? It shows, so what does this bug report show, right? It shows that I know how to report a bug. I know the information to put in a bug, the summary, the expected results, actual results, the steps to reproduce, the environment, the screenshot, what debugging steps that I did, like I'm trying to add value. What is our key performance indicator, our KPI? It's how much value do we add to anyone that we come in contact with. My number one goal is to always add value. And once you add value, you will see how much of a difference that you make into the people's lives that you touch. So key performance indicator for the Tech Coach Ralph team is how much value am I adding? All right. And once you add more value gets added back onto you. And it's always best when it's monetary value. Anyways, that's neither here nor there, right? So I'm blocking this. All right, so I was blocking it. So let me Let's close this out. I'll move this over here so you can see it a little better. All right, so let's see if I can zoom in a little bit too. All right, cool. So here we go. We have the summary. So we're showing how we report bugs. I have the summary, expected results, actual results, the steps to reproduce, ASOS, men's, hoodies, and sweatshirts. First product, choose the attribute, add to bag. Nothing happens. Got a screenshot. And what did we do? We looked in the console and we looked at the HTML and this is what we found. Now, does that mean that's exactly what the problem is? Not necessarily, but we're giving them our troubleshooting steps so that can help them think like, okay, I do see the problem there, or no, I see where they were going, but it's not something, and it was something else, right? So that's why I say like add the debugging step that you did, so they can have an idea of what you're looking for, and then they can know where to go from there, right? So let's go ahead and we save this. And now we have our bug reported. So our bug was reported. Wasn't part of any particular execution, but there we go. So we have our bug, the summary, expected results, actual results, environments. Oh, why didn't steps get whatever? It don't matter. Environment, our screenshot, and our debugging steps. Right? And really, like when you're doing the help desk at tier 1, I'm sure you ran into some like things like this where you had to like, all right, what are the steps that is being followed to get this? Like I'm sure like this has to look familiar to you of some sort, right? Maybe not the exact thing, but the details are like there's a summary of what's going wrong. What are you expecting to happen? Here's what's actually happening. All right, how do I reproduce this? They give you the steps on how to reproduce. Where is it happening? Maybe they have a screenshot, maybe they don't, but this has to be look like familiar to you, right? So I beg to say that a lot of those things that like there's what you used to do, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of crossover into the QA field. All right, so that's that. All right, so that is our bug. Okay, I mean that's how it works, and we're done with that. All right, so why didn't it close? Okay, so if we go to now here, we go search bugs, and we have our bugs here. This is one that we created last week. This is the one that we just, no, it's not the one that we just created. Where is the one that we just created? Let me see. Where is that one? Let's see. Critical search. Maybe it has to be a signee. Where are you? I know we just created this one. Let's see. Where did our bug go? So weird. Let's see. Tech coach Ralph. The bug. Hold on. Let's go back. This is bug 3. So why is that not showing under bugs? Let's find out. And like I always say, this is why we do this live, because I could have had it already done and then I just faked through it. And it's like, oh, and then you go here and you do this and you do this, and then you go here, and it's like it all works perfectly in harmony. And then everybody skips and goes to get some ice cream and some cake and live happily ever after. But no, not here. Here, when we try that, we try to go get the ice cream and the cake, and then we land with diabetes, right? Because we can't find the bug. We can't find the bug. So what happened to the bug that we created? I am curious to know. So where is bug 3? Let me see if I just type 3 in here. Does it show up? It shows up when I do this. So there must be something that I did not put over here. Let's check this. Oh, I closed it. That's why. I didn't know I closed it. All right, so let's reopen. Let's say we thought it was fixed, but it wasn't because I clicked close. All right, when I clicked close, I thought that it meant close the bug, like screen, like go back to the list, not actually close the bug itself. But I probably should have been more aware that it was in red and that it. All right, anyways, whatever. Stupid. Yeah, it is. It happens. It happens. It happens. All right, so let's save that. And now if we go to search bugs, we have our very nice bug right here, right? Right here. So now let's say that the developer, they go in and then they fix it, right? And they found out, oh yeah, I did fall asleep when I was working on this. I was super tired of all the stuff that I was doing. I went to a concert the day before and we were dancing until 5 a.m. in the morning. And then I came into work and I fell asleep on the keyboard. Like, you know, when Homer in The Simpsons, he used that little duck thing to press the same button and then they almost had a nuclear meltdown. That's what our developer did, right? He fell asleep on the 8 key and added a whole bunch of extra text, right? So he's like, all right, I'm going to go fix it. So then he goes and he fixes it. And so like he sends it back to us saying, all right, this is now fixed. Please review. And if it's working, go ahead and close it out. All right. So we are going to go back to the website. And we're going to refresh. I want to put LinkedIn on the other monitor, actually. And when we come back, we'll use the other monitor to LinkedIn and Glassdoor are going to the other monitor. And so we're here. So it's fixed. So now it's fixed. So we say, all right, let's check the steps. So they fixed it. Let's start from the beginning, right? Let's go to here, here, here. Let's start from the beginning. Let's just make sure we can see our steps, right? So we go to ASOS. And we go to men and we do, let's see, where do they have? Hoodies and sweatshirts. And let's say, click that. And we select our size. And when we click add to bag, it does this little spinny thing. And then it shows the cart count has been updated. And we see what we've added to the cart, ready to be viewed or checked out. So that works. So everything worked here. So now we can go in here and say that developer woke back up after drinking 5 Red Bulls. Advised him that it is not good for his heart. I repeat, not good for his heart. However, the add to bag button is certainly working. So if he was to be out of office for whatever reason, ASOS would still be able to sell hoodies and other clothing. Shout out to the 5 Red Bulls and ASOS still being able to sell hoodies and other clothing. All right. So now we come down here and we close. If we go back to our guess that's time for a break. So we go to search bugs. And now our bug is gone, and we have documented that and you know what? I should have did this too. Like when I'm doing like web testing and regression testing of bugs, right? Or not regression, when I'm doing retesting of bugs, I like to, so we can find it this way, right? So I like to also include a screenshot of it working. So I would go here, and I'd say here, something like that. All right, I'll take that screenshot, and I like to add a screenshot of it working, because here's what happens, right? Especially this is so common for QA. Let me add it real quick, right? Where'd it go? That's not it. Hold on, do it again. Let's do it again. Oh, I saved it to document. Okay, so there we go. All right, so, oh crap. Let me see what happens. So let me see. Let's refresh this page. So I can't save it again. But I'll reopen it just to save it again. So let's do that. Yeah, I'll reopen it, add the text, added the screenshot, and here it is. And we are able to close. And the reason that I added the screenshot is, so this is what happens in QA, right? And let me know if you agree with this, good guy. You'll see something working, right? Like it works, but then like it's not really documented anywhere that it was working, because like if it's working, why are you gonna take a screenshot of it, right? And then like a few days later, that part is not working, and it's like, did you QA this? Like what happened? You know, like yeah, but at the time, at that moment in time, right, it was working, but we're still developing and stuff like that. So something might have broke it, you know. So that's why I like taking screenshots. When I run the automated tests, the regression tests, I like to take screenshots of various key spots and add that to the report, so that if something does arise, I have like a historical reference saying, okay, on this date right here, it passed. It even passed like this morning. So if you pushed a change just recently, that might have been what broke it, versus why it was working the past 5 days, right? With screenshots that show you that it was working the past 5 days. So anyways, let's get to our break, but that's why I like to add the screenshot to it, okay? So let's go this way. Set our 5 minutes. All right, let's see if we have anything in the chat. Ray, you are very welcome. And I love having you here. I am happy to do this, look the information up, because you asked, and I will do my best. Like I said, I don't know much about SharePoint, but now that I got more context on what you're asking, I will go to the end of the earth to answer your question and to help you out. All right. And good guy says, screenshots are awesome. Also, I add videos if possible. Yep. The only thing with videos, it's like they can be so heavy and they can take space and stuff like that, especially like running it. If you're just doing a video for a particular thing, then that's great. But when you try to do like videos for like for your like part of the automation to record everything, that gets real heavy and space consuming. But there used to be like this repo called Selenium that would record video and all that type of stuff. But I think now the Docker grid, the latest Docker version, or not latest, but like the most recent Docker versions of the Selenium grid, that it can record video. It has a VNC built in, so you can like actually connect to the machine while the test is running and do stuff. And I believe that you can configure it to record video too. If you haven't checked that out, that is super awesome. So I would definitely recommend you check that out. All right, let's get back to the to the job search. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to this screen right here. So let's look up real quick. Actually, no, we're supposed to get to code review. So let's do code review. Sorry, Ray, one more segment before we do code review. And then after that segment, depending on where we're at, we might be wrapping it up. So let's go here and all right, cool. Let me do this first. And then I will pull up the code review stuff. Let's go with yeah, good guy. If you haven't experimented yet with the Selenium grid, like for Docker image, it is like really cool. And on that concepts, on the concept stream, I was able to use the that Selenium grid on like the WebDriver IO that's built into like that was using in JavaScript. So yeah, it's very useful. I use it like I'm using it at work for different things as well. We're going to GitHub. And we're gonna do I'll take a few minutes to finish this code review after the break is up. All right, so the first one that we're gonna do is oh, I know why. Oh, shoot. All right, cool. All right, so let's go here. Look for the pull request. No pull request on this one. Here's some advice as well. Take a Git class to at least learn the basics of Git. Try learning some about GitHub as well, so that you can like learn how to do this like pretty quickly. So you don't stumble and bumble when you actually get a job because you didn't practice this on your own. Like I say, it is all about practice. Like you have to work to prepare for the job you want, not expect the job to babysit you, to coddle you, because like I always say, they do not owe you anything. They hired you to do a job, and if you come in here like trying to feel entitled for them to teach you how to do your job, that's probably why you have trouble landing positions. So let's do that. So pull request, we're going to click on that pull request. So let's say added all comments and updated.
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
All right, so these are the comments I did like 4 days ago. It says it's outdated. So let's view the changes since you last reviewed. All right, so and this is the part of the and this is why I like to do the pull request, right? Because one, it gives you a more realistic work experience, right? And and this is the funny thing, right? Because like when I'm saying I'll do these code reviews, but they have to be a pull request. Like they'll be able to navigate their way through writing the code, right? But then once it comes to time to do the pull request, fumbling and bumbling and like taking it's just like no idea how to do it. Even when looking up YouTube videos and stuff like that, me giving some advice, right? Do this, do that. But it's like so complicated, and that is the reason. It is for that complexity that I insist. Like I say, I am not going to do a code review if it's not done in a pull request, because you have to learn how to do. You have to learn how to do it the right way. And I would rather you stumble and bumble when you're trying to have me look at it for you, instead of when you are ready to submit your code at work and then you try to do it on the master and you try to push it on master, and we're like, no, you can't push on master. You need to merge into master. So that is why I have you do it here. All right. And I'll create a video for like when I'm doing like for the people that I'll be doing code reviews for, where they will find me to request for those code reviews. I will have a video that talks about, that gives an overview on how to create pull requests, so you can get familiar with that, so you can be able to submit your code reviews. All right, so let's view changes. All right, so here we go. This this common methods is more, it's a better name because it makes like you have a better idea of what it is, right? Because when it was abstract components, like that doesn't mean anything, right? But common methods, okay, it tells me that this is going to be used like throughout the framework or project, whatever you want to call it, right? But what did I say last time? You have to look up the naming conventions, right? You have to look up the naming conventions. So packages are supposed to be all in lowercase. Should just be common methods. Or you can have common dot methods, and that way it'll put common in it'll put common as like a directory and methods as a directory. So then you just have a package for methods inside of common, but it should be like all lowercase, right? So let's do start review. I mean, this is not like super critical, but like you want to have good like coding practices, because when you go, like if you go to apply for a job and you have to do a technical interview and then you're putting it like this, you're gonna be like, okay, what is this, right? So same package name again. But this is getting better though from the last time we reviewed it. So all right, so abstract, all right, base package, all right, common method, this is good. Wait till, okay, this is good, a good method name, all right, good. All right, and then base package, setup browser, good, we're making progress, extend setup, okay, we're moving on, yes. What is this part of though? Before suite, what file is this part of? All right, so this, we're setting up the extend reports. Looking, close browser, nice. Okay, so we got that working. We got that. So this is the same comment, but I'm not gonna put it again because you should know by now from the previous comments. Okay, I like, okay, this is good, looking good. Select product, okay. Contains product, okay, that works. Okay. Let's say this isn't, so for this XPath, so I'd look for one that's like a little cleaner or a little more concise, if possible, right? It might not be possible. Like I'm not going to like try to reproduce this XPath, but I'm just saying, like if it's possible, then do it. If not, then ignore that. Wait till what is this page? Cart page, okay. Web driver, super is this driver. Looking good. This looks good. Redirect to cart. Wait till. Cool. All right, there's some more. Okay. So this looks good. This looks good. Oh my God, there's a lot in here, isn't there? Let's go down faster because most of this is gonna be the same stuff, right? All right, good, 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 good. Slides, wait till. All right, so all this is actually gonna end up being the same thing. So I'm not gonna go through each one of them. I'm gonna just do a quick scroll. Yep. So, what are these over here? Okay, so definitely want to comment out the you should add the test output to the get ignore file. You typically don't need to include these when pushing to Git. All right, so keep those test output files locally, but you don't need them in Git. All right, it just takes up more space and stuff like that. And that's it. So this code review is done. We went from a bunch of comments last time to only 3 comments this time, because most of them are going to be the same. The code, it's like the code structure itself looked good, but we just want to no, a little some small fixes to make, but it looks good for the most part. And I would submit the feedback and approve the changes. Like this would still work, but it would be good to have the code cleaner. But it's not anything that would like be egregious to approve. So I would go ahead and approve it. Right, but you should still make the changes. Okay. So when we come back, we will go to go back here. When we come back, we'll go to look at the product manager job and then look for like salary, and then we look for the jobs for project manager and product manager. But in the meantime, let's put our timer up. We are going to go for our last 20-minute session, and then we will do the search, do some code reviews, and actually no, we're gonna do 10 minutes, right? Because we're pretty much done with this, and I think the next step would be to add some automation for this flow, and then see if we can possibly link it, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll do 10 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes, and we'll go from there. All right. So let's see where we're at. We have here, we have it reported. So we have we have our bug reported. We have our test cases. So we have that. We have our test run. So let's see what test cases we have. We have check out as new user. So let's go in here. And let's do so we wrote this. All right, so we wrote this in the Gherkins language, given when then. Let's do another one real quick, right? So we're gonna do a login. All right, so let's do new test case. Log into existing account. And let's say whatever default, I guess. All right, we can add a new category. So let's say login tests for the login functionality. Save. So the trick is not to get splashback. You have to lower the bottle slowly. So we're going to do login to existing account, put in the login category. We're going to say it is we'll put proposed for now. Priority, definitely P1, because if you can't log in, there's a lot of stuff that you cannot do on the website. All right. So we're going to do the itemized list. I'm going to do it a little differently, right? I'm going to do it this way. We're going to have what the heck is that? All right, we'll do that. So, and then is there a preview on this? I don't know. I could. Okay, cool. We can preview. All right. So we're gonna do it this way, right? We're gonna say step. It's gonna be expected results. Test data. All right. So if we preview, here we go. Okay, cool. So we're gonna say go to asos.com, home page loads, no test data for that. So if we go like that, looks good. So now we're here. We say click on, oops, not there, but whatever. So let's say we go here and we go to click on summer. Why not? Click on summer. Let me see if I can move this over this way and go that way. All right, cool. I think you can see it now, even if and I'll make this a little smaller too. All right, so we have here summer category loads. Actually, why am I clicking on summer? I don't even know why I'm clicking. I'm not clicking on summer. I want to click on the little person looking icon. Click on person icon in the top right of the page. All right. And what happens when you click on the person icon? It drops down what did I just do here? Okay, cool. I still got it. So page, and then it says it slides down the logging in slash create account options, no test data required. And then we say, go here, click sign in button. And the login page is displayed. All right. Enter username and password. And click on sign in. All right, so now we have that. And so my account page loads. So now we need some test data. So I'm just going to put something random here, but let's say asos.testing TCR at tcr.com with a password of I love steak. So I'll do this username. Password. I wonder if you can use an emoji as a password. Anyways, neither here nor there. All right, so now we have our test case. And to me, it's easier to read this way because I have the step exactly here. I have the expected results, and I have the and I have my test data that I need as I go through this, right? For me, it's a lot cleaner that way instead of like having them both listed on the side like the other one did. All right, so that's why we have it like that, and we are gonna keep going. See if so here, I guess it would be the script if you were using some automated type tests. Oh, and while I'm on this point, right, I just want to give another shout out to I don't know, his name on Discord is a duck under the porch, but he was working at it all like for the past week to try to get the test runs to show up in his installation of Kiwi, which he eventually did get to work. But I think the way that he was doing it before, trying to do it through JUnit was like super complicated, but he got it to work through Jira. So that's awesome. That is awesome. And that is the mindset that QA engineers need to have to keep pushing forward, to try to figure things out, to continue to add value. So shout out to a duck under the porch for that. All right, so we got this. Let's see. So let's go ahead and save that. We got everything we need in here. We're going to go down here. We're going to click save. And we have a test case. Have another test case, right? And you can leave it as, this is fine. We're not trying to recreate the world, all right? So here we go. Now we're gonna go up here and we're going to do so let's do a test run, right? New test run. So now we're gonna say attempt to log into asos.com. And we're gonna say, we don't need none of that stuff. Say ASOS is the product. We're not doing checkout flow. Because I didn't add it to a test plan. I don't know. All right, so we're good here. Let's save.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
All right, let's finish this up so we can get out of here. So let's go tech coach Ralph. Save that. Jesus Christ. All right, what's going on here? So ASOS. Do I have to go back and add a test plan? All right, let me go back and add a test plan. Or I don't know. Let's see if we can put it to this test plan. I don't know if we can, but whatever. So let's save that. See if this works. And then we want to add test cases. Oh, it's executions. We want to add test case. All right, so add test case. Right. Login maybe. Let's see. Oh, status proposed, I guess. And search, because that should show up under proposed. Log into existing account. That is not what I want to do. Let's go. Or no, that's fine. So if we go back actually, and we do search for proposed. Scroll down. Oops, golly. All right. Search for proposed. And we search. And we click that. And we select. Oh, okay. So let's go back and confirm it then. See, like as we're doing this, like this is why this is so important, right? As we're doing this, we're learning and we're figuring things out. And that's building our critical thinking skills, callousing the mind so that you can be able to, like, you're in a situation at work and like you deploy something and things go wrong, and now instead of like crawling up into the fetal position, not knowing what to do, you take charge, you take ownership, and you say, all right, we're gonna move it over like this. Do we need to roll back? Do we need to do this? Like, you don't run from it. You strengthen up, and you do amazing stuff, right? And this is why we're here, because we do the work now so that when we get on the field, we're able to perform. All right. So let's go to our test run, or no, test cases. And we'll look up the proposed, search, and we're going to take this, and we are going to, there is an edit somewhere. I always lose the edit. This one, edit. All right, we're going to take that and we're going to change that to confirmed. And we are going to save. Go back to our test run. And we're going to choose, what is the filter that they're using here? Let's see. Running, maybe? Let me see, search that. I don't know. I don't even think what is this? This is it's a test run. Okay, so it should be in the test run. Let's see. I don't see it. The one that we created before. Let's see. ASOS. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, wait. No, that's the old one. All right. Whatever. We'll just create a new one. It's no big deal. I'm going to waste more time searching for it. So, yeah, like, because we're supposed to do 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and finish this out. And then we will do the rest of our stuff. New test run. New test run. And then tech coach Ralph. And we go here. ASOS. Okay, so it's here. Okay. And we're doing here. Save. Unspecified. All right, so now we're going to go and we're going to find our test. What is the name of this test? A login. Okay, login to existing account. I'm going to add that test. And now our test is here. I'm going to open this up. It has our steps to follow. And so if we go to, let's do incognito, asos.com. It says go to asos.com. And we're going to click on the little icon, click on sign in. And we log in with the username and password. And for the most part, we're in. Great. So, and we can just make sure that it says, so now that we know that we're signing in, because it says hi, Tech Coach Ralph, and sign out. So let's do this. Let's take a screenshot of being able to successfully sign in. Save that to the desktop. And we put here, tested this, and it is functional. Oops, typed functional wrong. Function. all. And let's add our screenshot. Oh, that sucks. Well, maybe that's a bug. Who knows? All right. Well, it is what it is. So it's not pasting the screenshot right now, but we're not gonna go and harp over that. We are done with this. Cool. We're good. All right, perfect. So that is that. So tell me, what did you think about the exercise of reporting bugs, running through the test cases for execution, writing the test cases, the different formats that I wrote the test cases in? What do you think about that? Did you find that helpful? Did you find that informative? Does that give you like a mind of like how you would be creating your QA portfolio, what type of stuff to put in it, things like that? Let me know what you think. And as I see them, I'll read the chat. But for the time being, I'll take the timer off because we're just going to finish up with looking for the showing Ray like how I research the positions and stuff like that, the salaries, the type of education that you need, and then we will finish up with our code reviews, and then we will call it a night because it has been a very long past 2 to 3 days, going off like 6-7 hours of sleep across the past few days. Took a nap before coming on, and that felt like gold. But I got done what I needed to get done a whole week in advance and under budget. All right, so I got it done and still, going crazy at work, doing what we have to do to add value. So I sleep when I'm done, all right? And I was done, and I'm like, all right, let me take a 30-minute nap, and then we are back at it again. Because the one thing that I hate to hear from you guys is,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Nope. We don't believe in that over here, right? We do the work that we need to do to be successful, and we will use everything to our advantage. No, sir, that was not me. That I did not have 5 Red Bulls in a day. I can't even drink Red Bulls. That's like the only energy drink that does like it makes me feel so weird. But like, and I try to. I've been cutting back on the energy drinks. Only like I had it. I don't even think I had it this past stream. I had it. No, actually, yeah, I had it like on Sunday stream. But I don't drink them that much anymore. I mostly drink coffee nowadays. But it is what it is. So let's pull up Glassdoor and LinkedIn real quick, and then we'll do that part, do the code reviews, call it a night. Unless we have anybody in the chat with questions, I will definitely answer those before we wrap up. So excited for you guys being here. So let's do that. Let's go to that screen. All right, so let's look up real quick salaries for product owner. And we're gonna do that in Washington, DC. And the cool thing about DC, right? With all these companies that do like government type work and stuff like that, there should be like government contractors and stuff like that. There should be a lot of positions available. Like look at this, right? The product owner, 125K. Right? What do you think about that, right? As a product owner? And that's the median, right? So base pay 109, additional pay like bonuses and whatever stocks and equity and stuff like that 16. The low most likely range is 101 to 157. Let's look at the experience, right? With 0 to 1 years of experience, you're looking, geez, that is pretty nice. So on the low end, 85K, very like possible low end 70K, but let's say 85K to 130K. I don't think anybody's getting that much like entry level. But maybe if they had like, I don't know, maybe the niche that they're in, that they're working in, that might get them there. But that's a maybe because it's DC too. I don't know, but that's a tough one. 1 to 3 years, we move up to 117. 4 to 6 years, 127. 7 to 9, 132. It gets like the increases that gets a lot smaller as the years go by. I'm noticing, right? So that's that. And now let's do a quick look for some jobs related to that. So if we do project manager in the Washington, DC, and we'll do the same search here on Washington, DC, Baltimore area. What do we have here? We have construction product manager or project manager. All right, open this up a bit. Let's look at some of the requirements. So project management, manage budget development, design, construction, budget management. There's a lot of money that comes with like a lot of like financial budget type stuff for project management, whether it's like whatever this particular field is, or if it's like even in IT, managing customer expectations, managing budgets, and all that stuff, right? With the project manager role, it's very customer facing. It's not that technical, right? Qualifications: 5 to 10 years of energy or utility experience, engineering emphasis, all that good stuff. I wonder if let's do technical project manager, right? And let's look while we're pulling that up. Let's look over here. Let's add technical project manager to it. All right, so IT project manager. So this position requires a secret security clearance, PMP certification, and will travel to various job locations. All right. So, like I normally say that I'm not too crazy on certifications, but the PMP is a just about required certification if you want to be taken seriously as a project manager for the most part. But this one, guys, is estimating between 110 and 120.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to William. Just subscribe to the channel. Shout out to you, William, for subscribing. Hope you find this information useful, and I am looking forward to interacting with you in the chat or via email or on a call. So great. All right, so let me get this timer off the thing because we don't need the timer anymore. We're just like looking around, doing some research for the betterment of ourselves and our careers. All right. So now let's jump over to this technical project manager. All right. Lumens is all right. The role. Let's read the role real quick, right? And Ray, if you're still watching, so this is like a technical project manager. This position partners in a team environment to or be able to independently manage and document all aspects of one or more technical projects that are tactical and strategic in nature and involve one functional area, responsible for managing construction and engineering projects in the implementation space, responsible for project managing the deployment process of new network requirements or modifications on existing structures. This position is responsible for setting dates, keeping multiple teams on task, and driving projects to completion on time or early. This position is responsible for meeting closeout SLAs, keeping multiple teams on task. This role is an internal customer champion to ensure all order requests from internal/external customers are addressed timely, accurately, and efficiently. All right. Let's see what we look for in a candidate: experience with resource management, including identification of gaps, recommendation of options to keep projects on time and within budget. All right, cool. Bachelor's degree or equivalent education, 2 years related experience. And I think like with a position like this, with what you said that you do with the like the business analyst, the long list of things that you said that you did, right? And with your background in like help desk and all that type of stuff, um, you could see like I could see a transition to this type of role with your background, but like we don't only like there's so many things, right? So it just depends on what it is that you're looking for, right? So but let's look at the so we looked at a couple for project manager. Let's look at product owner. So let's go to salaries. And while we're doing that here, I'm gonna look for product owner here. Because product owner is a pretty cool job, I'll say. But it's a lot of management. And they get paid well. It is like because they're having to deal with a lot of setting stakeholder expectations and stuff like that. So, it just depends on your personality and, what you like to do. But it definitely pays, right? So let's do Washington, D.C. again. Product owner salary. So I think we already looked up product owner. Yeah, we did look up product owner. So let's look at the jobs for product owner. Yeah, I forgot about that. We did. All right. So let's look at jobs for product owner. So let's go to product owner, Washington, D.C. All right. So let's see what we have here. So we have, all right, so I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it's for an outdoor and dreaming. So it looks like it's for outdoor accessories, product owner type thing. All right, so let's go here. You'll get to manage your product portfolio, percentage of new product introductions, appropriate category coverage, obsolete, discontinued management, be the primary product development liaison with your brands, plants, factories. So this is more of this isn't really technical. Let me search technical product owner because that is more relevant to what we're looking for. That one is a little different. All right. So junior business analyst, product owner, data and analytics, right? So McLean VA. I'm not sure how far that is from you. How far is McLean from you? But let's see. So 92K to 124K Glassdoor estimate. Central Reach is the #1 provider of SaaS software solutions. SaaS is service as a software for autism and IDD care. Trusted by more than 150K users. All right. So we enable therapy providers, educators, and employers to scale the way they deliver applied behavior analysis and related therapies with innovative technologies. So honestly, this position right here might pay way more than this 92K to 124K. That's my guess because this field right here, it's getting people who with like a good industry knowledge to be able to do technical stuff on it. And then it's for data and analytics. Oh my God. Like this job would pay a ton in my opinion. All right. But I'm curious. I'd be curious to see how much it is. It says we're seeking a product owner, data and analytics on our product management team. To be successful as a Central Reach product owner, you must be data-driven, proactive, positive, and humble. And it says, while you will have many creative ideas for improving the product, You see yourself as a synthesizer of the ideas of your teammates and clients, focusing on soliciting, synthesizing, and prioritizing those ideas to create a great product. You display a passion for our product, compassion for our stakeholders of our products, clients as well as support, success, sales, QA, and engineering teams, and willing to operate within the framework, structure, and processes utilized by the company in a positive way. Oh, they have this position in Fort Lauderdale? Wait a second here. Wait a freaking second. We understand the advantage of working from home. We also believe in the power of people and connection, which is why we proudly offer a hybrid work culture. This position is a hybrid with 3 days per week on site at any of our 3 office locations in McLean, Virginia, Holmdel, New Jersey, or Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like right down the street. Too bad I'm not a project manager. All right. Or a product owner. All right, that's it. That's key accountabilities. The partner with engineering team on sprint planning and management. Collaborate with product manager on prioritize roadmap. Let's see. All right, so here we go. Desired skills and experience. 5 years of related work experience. Experience working with data analytics, product, preferably healthcare related. Proficiency in BI reporting and visualization tools. All right. Experience working in Agile, Scrum, Kanban process. Excellent communication skills. Expert in understanding business needs, gather appropriate information, all that good stuff. All right. And so this leads me to a point, right? Let me go full screen for a second, all right? Like Stephen A would say, put me on the big screen. All right. So this leads me to a point, right? The point is, a lot of times we all like to be siloed into our individual things that we do, right? So, I'm QA, or like I do automation testing, and like once it gets outside of the code, that's it, right? I'm not doing anymore. Like it gets outside of my automation realm, I don't like no mas, right? That's it. But that's why the people that I'm going to work closely with, right? They are going to be vicious. They're going to be savages because let's say it's somebody who wants to be a web developer or a full stack developer, whatever the case may be, right? But they are going to have immaculate QA testing skills, right? Because it makes you more powerful. You see things differently. You have a different perspective. Same thing if somebody who wants to do QA, right? They will be able to be proficient enough. You don't have to be an expert of Docker because Docker is so massive, right? But proficient enough to be able to work with Docker, work with AWS, different tools that you can use. That it's not just like, writing automation code or just doing like some type of testing flow. No, we're going to we pick up on different softwares and we use that so that we can maneuver to take everything, right? Because that person who says, "Oh no, I'm a software engineer. I only do this." Well, when we come in, we're like, "Well, I do QA, I do web development, and I do this, and I know how to put them together. And so while my role is this, I have understanding. I can jump in and help out and stuff like that." And they were like, "You know what? You got it. It's yours." Because and we're gonna pay you handsomely for it because you are providing value upon value upon value. And that's why I say, like, when you see here, when I tell you guys, right? So take that data analytics course because most product owners don't really necessarily work with like the data, like the serious data analytics. They might like be able to make some charts and stuff like that. But imagine if you're a product owner, right? But you took a Python course, you know how to pull in the data, you know the ins and outs of data analytics, you know the ins and outs of machine learning, NumPy, all that good stuff, right? You know how that works. That makes you a killer. Right? It makes you a savage, it makes you a barbarian in the field because they're like, they're like, you know how to do all, how do you know how to do all of that? Right? How do you know? Well, other than that, you follow Tech Coach Ralph, you put in the work. You put in the work. You know, and that's why I tell you guys, right? Do the work, and what you think is trash for you, I can show you the treasure in it, and you can use that to maneuver and to skyrocket. All right. So I just had to plug that in because of that part where they say like experience with working with agile. Like a lot of the new people who are trying to like learn QA or learn software engineering and stuff like that, they don't take the time to research the jobs that they're trying to get. So like they'll say, oh, it's a manual testing job, and they apply for it. But like, okay, do you know agile? Have you studied that? Do you know how to do certain things? Have you looked into what like Tableau or Power BI is? Because although you might not need it specifically for your job, but being that you've looked into it and you can say, okay, this is like, so now I see a job that's talking about Power BI and I apply for it. And then they say, oh, like, do you know this? I'm like, I don't work with it directly. And I've said this before, I don't work with it directly, but I've seen it and I've opened it and I've used it just to have some familiarity because I know that I might come across it in a particular role that I get. And when you give that answer, you're like, oh, okay. Like this person is ambitious. This person takes initiative, and that's how you navigate, right? So just had to drop that message in there. All right. So, so let me know, Ray. What do you think about this position, right? As a product owner, like the analytics part, that's neither here nor there. The actual because this is pretty much what product owners do for the most part. But your experience, you could probably maneuver, because I'm sure you've done some type of stuff like that in your work. But attention to detail, ability to troubleshoot technical issues, like you've been doing that your whole career for the past 7 years, right? So I think we're gonna let's take a quick look at this one, and then we're gonna jump over to let's look at this one actually. Technical product owner on site in Reston, VA. And let me see. All right. And so this one, just jump down over here. Required bachelor's degree from accredited university, concentration in technical field, Strong technical background, 2 to 3 years experience working in an area of service ordering, blah, blah, blah. And all these details are like, when the companies list them as required, they really mean they're required nice to have, like, because they're going to put all these requirements out to see how close they can get to it. But at the end of the day, they're going to take what they can get, and because they need a job to be done, right? So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, and those are some of the positions that you could like maneuver to from where you're at now. But then there's also like, if you're interested in like the more technical hands-on parts, we could like maybe Sunday during our breaks, we can look into that, like the different positions, whether that's like software engineering, web development, DevOps. That's a pretty good one, DevOps. Maybe SQ, like database management, maybe like some type of like cloud security, stuff like that, right? We can definitely look into that. So just want to put it out there. And Ray, like, you gave us a great break topic tonight. So shout out to you.
You the best. I appreciate you.
All right. So now let's finish up these code reviews so we can get out of here, because it's almost 10 o'clock over here on the East Coast. All right. So let's finish up. All right. Ray says, product owner is something I have not considered, but will definitely be doing some research. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's what I like to hear. Right. So, and that's why I love doing this, because I like to plant the seed, show you how to think about things, how to research what's out there, and then you go from there. And then like, if you want us to do it together, I am down for that. And that's what we do here. That's what we do at the Tech Coach Ralph channel. And as I build my core group of people, we will always win. And the ones who are left on the outside, they can watch us win. Like DJ Khaled says, you either win with us or you can watch us win. So it's on you. All right. I think I need that soundbite. All right. So let's get to this. So we finished this code review. Let me pull up another code review because time is of the essence. Let's go to, I think this one had some updates to it. Let me see. All right, cool. So let's do this one. Go here. And we don't need these anymore. I like using Docker locally instead of on AWS because I always forget to turn off the AWS instances and then I have to pay a little extra for it. But I do not mind paying for spending time with you. So let's go. So these are outdated. We are going to do view. I thought there was an update to this. Is there not an update to this? If not, that makes it easier. We can just move on to the next one. That's outdated. So it's did they pull? I'm confused now. Hold on. Let's see. View reviewed changes, maybe? I don't know if they actually pushed the changes up. Well, I don't think the changes were pushed, so let's leave it as that then. Let me see. Committed 2 days ago. Committed 5 days ago. Let's see. Oh, I guess they did. Okay, cool. So let's do that. I guess they did make the changes. So let's take a look at that real quick. So this is good. All right, cool. So that's good. So I will resolve that. Let's see here. What was the comment on this one? I don't think there was any comment on this one then. So this file. All right, cool. The file is deleted. Let's see here. All right, cool. So this was done. This is good. Home page. Which side? So this should probably just be, I don't think it should be, so probably just be home page and then home page with login home page as the, well, I'd probably just call it home, to be honest with you, just to make it like less typing. But if you're gonna, with login homepage, it doesn't clearly state whether you are on the login page or the home page when reading it in the code. All right. All right. So that's that one. Also, name should be in camel case, like login home page, right? If you were going to name it like that. All right, so that's that. We're almost done with this one. So this same comment applies for this. Running elements. So login test for invalid account. Perfect. And then this one, same comment. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on. All right, we're good. So Here we are. So login homepage, validating. All right. So this looks good. This looks good. Just fix this right here, but I already mentioned that. And then in the after driver. All right, perfect. Yep, this is great. So I think the only comment I had was this one comment. So I am going to approve this pull request. This was a great job. I would just update that login home page to something easier to understand and more concise. But tech coach Ralph approves this PR. And you put emojis in here? Let's do this. Let me do emoji. Salute. All right, there we go. You get the salute of approval. And submit. And let's jump to our last one so we can take off for the night. So let me go back here. Let me pull up the last one. Go here. Let's go to pull requests. All right. All right, let's do this last one real quick. I promised that I would get all the code reviews done. So let's do it. All right, so let's take a look. Pages, homepage. Is that a good naming convention? I would probably have pages in lowercase. So packages are in lowercase. Like you see how here, like Selenium is lower, WebDriver Manager is lower, unit test is lower. So from pages lowercase, that homepage should be lowercase. So like, all right. So nothing major, but you want to get it done right. Let's look. So this is correct. Class with capital. All right. So okay. Look like he's using a lambda, which is cool. All right. Class method. Not too familiar with that, but okay, that works. Test end-to-end purchase. I'm probably gonna come back and say give this function a better name, but that's fine. So browser equals self.browser, log into homepage, click my account. This is good. Okay, this is good actually. Login, enter username, enter password. This is very good. Click login, time.sleep, and using a web driver wait function here. It's not good to use time.sleep when automating. All right, let's add that review. My account page, click home. This is the same thing. Home page, click album. Okay. Product, add item to cart. So generally, I like to have all of these towards to group together. Recommendation to group instantiating. Page objects at the top of the test, so you don't have to do them throughout the test. It is cleaner and easier to read. All right. Almost there. So then let's look. Writing a loop. Entering information. And that's it. I think that was great, actually. Yeah. The only reason that I'm not going to approve it is because I would want that time.sleep to be replaced with the WebDriver wait. But if it wasn't for that, I would have approved it. This was a great job. All right. Sleep to a web driver wait functionality function. All right, we are there. So let's submit that review. And we're here. So we are done for the night. I just want to thank everyone who was here with us. Good guy, thank you so much. I love when you're here.
I appreciate you.
Ray, you gave life to the show because we got to do some real life job searching in your area for potential jobs that you might want to get into, because that's 7 years of experience. Like the number one thing that so many people who are trying to transition are begging for right now is the opportunity to have experience. So that experience that you have is worth more than you think. So, and from there we can maneuver, we can shift, and we can take off from there, right? So great job, Ray, for being here.
I appreciate you. We the best.
All right. And then we have Melissa for being here. Thank you so much. Love you. You are my friend. And last but not least, we have our dear friend Randy for being here. Even while she was at the gym, she was paying attention. She was participating. She was taking mental notes. So I love that. Thank you so much, Randy, for being here. Your continuous support is, you have no idea how much that means to me. All right. So thank you so much. And shout out to William for subscribing to the channel as well. I hope you enjoyed the show and that I added great value into your life.
I appreciate you.
But it is that time of night. Oh, wait. So Good Guy says, thanks for the amazing stream, coach. Thank you for being here. Without you guys, it is not as fun as it was, So I feed off of you guys feed off of me, and that's how we work, right? That's why we make technical stuff, we make engineering fun, right? It's not boring. You're just not doing it right. All right. So on that note, thank you all for being here. But Tech Coach Ralph has got to go. I will see you guys on Sunday. Look out for the bug bite dropping tomorrow. But until next time, my friends.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Hear me, warriors of the North. Today we have tasted the sweet nectar of victory. Our foes indeed defeated, and their lands are now bowed before us. The gods themselves have favored our glorious deeds on this glorious day. We have shed blood, sweat, and tears to claim this land.
Our relentless spirit, our unyielding determination. These are the very essence of our people. The spirit of our ancestors rejoice in the halls of Valhalla. For today, we have added to their eternal glory. Our victories will echo throughout the ages, and our names will be etched in the annals of history. But let us not forget the price we paid, the brothers and sisters we lost. They now feast in the hall of our forefathers, watching over us with pride. Their sacrifice has paved the way for this moment of triumph. As we celebrate this conquest, let us also remember that our journey is far from over. More land awaits our conquest, more battles upon us forth. Let the fire in our hearts burn ever brighter, for there is no limit to what we can achieve. To those who dare stand against us, let them tremble in fear, for they shall witness the fury of the northern storm, the wrath of the untamed barbarians. Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow we set our sights on new horizons, uncharted land where our banners will fly high. We are Vikings, we're barbarians, we're the masters of conquest.
We the best.
Ain't believing us.
I appreciate you.